Welcome to yet another section in Swayam platform. I'm Dr. Meera Asmi. I'm working as consultant to Government of Kerala, and I'm the managing partner of Broadway Events operating in Kerala. So, in the previous sections, we have understood the stages of life cycle of an event management company. We identified certain crucial aspects from production side to marketing to promotion side. Now we will get into more insight about the key aspect of any organization, that is human resource management, the critical aspects with respect to human resource development, what are the aspects involved in this, and then we'll slowly move on to how to attain total customer satisfaction through total quality management, and finally we'll identify some basic concepts related to business ethics. So this is a lesson plan for now. So without wasting any time, we'll go for the slide share. So human resource management, according to Dessler, as a definition, it's a process of acquiring, training, appraising, compensating employees, and of attending to the labor relations, health and safety, and fairness concerns. So it is basically you are planning for the requirement of manpower planning. You are actually acquiring a sufficient manpower to your organization. You're giving them adequate training. You're pricing their performance. You're compensating for the work they undertake in your organization, and you're going to make sure that they have very good labor relations within the organization. The health and safety are being taken care of, and the fairness concerning every employee is being considered. So that is a definition, beautiful definition given by Tesla in this regard. So this human resource development, something like a subfield which is coming under human resource management. It is actually the process of enabling and empowering human resources in an organization. So the empowering and engaging them, engaging the human resources in an organization is basically what comes under the purview of human resource development. So coming more to it, so it starts with the manpower planning. So as an event management company, you have to determine the manpower requirement for specific positions and assign roles to each employee after careful analysis of their policies and goals. So as an event management company, you need to have a heterogeneous team of crew members who are specialized in on their own area of specialization. So you have to plan how many people are required in each and every department, each and every planning organization. So based on that, you plan the manpower accordingly, and you start with the recruitment, selection and placement. So what is recruitment? Recruitment is a process of searching for adequate number of applicants for a particular job. So it begins with a clear specification or understanding of the manpower needs. So you have a clear understanding of the manpower requirement at a particular point of time in your organization, and based on that, you are actually looking forward to have applicants who are suitable for that particular job. That is what you understand by the recruitment. Selection is a process of gathering information for the purpose of evaluating and finalizing the candidate for short and long-term appointment as desired by the candidate and the organization. So it's a process by which you are evaluating and finalizing the candidates based on the recruitment campaign. And you can assess the past behavior of the selected candidates so that you can predict their future behavior in the organization. You can identify critical job requirements in this regard. You can use effective interview techniques to select the best candidate from the lot, and you can supplement it with more interview information. So this is how you undertake a selection process in your organization. So placement refers to the assigning rank and responsibility to the selected candidate. So there could be, someone like volunteers or contract staff for the events apart from the core crew you have. So here in placement is nothing but you are actually assigning responsibility and a job profiles to each and every particular candidate in the organization. It is generally assumed that the volunteers are individuals, but for large scale events, voluntary bodies willing to participate could be identified. For example, if you are coming up with a government event or something like that, you will be having so many NGOs or other volunteers who will be very happy to associate with you. But for other corporate events or something, you can have interns or volunteers which on an individual level who will be very happy to associate with your event management organization. So when you talk about the recruitment and selection process, you have to bear in mind that the candidate suitability has to be ensured. How is it going to ensure that the candidate is particularly suitable for that particular position? So there can be two methods, like you can actually hire a fresher in this regard with who is having the basic qualification needed for this particular position, and then you can actually train that particular person to perform that particular task in the organization, or else you can actually look for a professional who is having a professional and educational background in this regard, whose expertise can be straight away useful to your organization. So it can be done in either ways. You can recruit a person and then give them a training in order to suit to your requirements, or you can hire a person who is having sufficient experience in this regard, whose expertise can be straightly useful to your concern as well. So once they are recruited, they are selected, selection campaign is over, you are given them adequate training in order to suit your requirements. Now comes the performance appraisal and the development. So performance appraisal is nothing but the systematic evaluation of the performance of employees and to assess their potential for further growth and development. So you are actually monitoring the performance of each and every employee in his particular position, and based on that you are actually assessing their potential for further growth and development options in your organization. So what are the advantages of this campaign? So based on the performance appraisal, the employer determines which employees are to be promoted, demoted, or fired. How well they are performing in the organization will determine whether they have to be promoted to an upper position with more responsibility, or whether they have to be demoted to a lower task because they are not competent enough to handle more responsibility. Or finally, if you want to fire them, well ahead, you can go ahead, because it is based on the performance of the individual employees. So the supervisors are able to frame training policies and programs. So based on your performance appraisal of each and every employee, you can actually plan some kind of a training requirement for these employees to make them perform better in the task. It also helps to analyze the strengths and weakness of the employees to design new assignments for efficient employees. So the organization's strength and weakness can be ascertained, and based on that, the employees can be developed in order to make them, make them reach new goals of coming to attain the new assignments. Ascertain the future development programs for the employees. All the future development programs can be ascertained based on the performance appraisal of the employees. Determine the compensation to be given to an employee. So the package, the take-home package, the amount that is you're going to spend on the employee. So that can be determined based on the performance appraisal. So the better communication and greater motivation among employees can be ensured through performance appraisal. So coming to the employee compensation, it is a payment given to the employees for the work they undertake in the organization. It is closely associated with the employee satisfaction. It can be mostly in cash, but it can be a combination of non-monetary benefits also, such as health insurance, childcare, vacations, paid vacations from your organization. The organizations and business, they have their own employee compensation policies which attract, retain, and motivate their employees. So how well you are compensating your employees for the work they are undertaking for your organization is very critical. So being a small enterprise unit, you should involve a satisfactory employee compensation system by grading jobs. You can formulate wage scales for each employee specification. You can propose effective means of encouraging and rewarding employees for better performance. You can, this will be acting as a, something for employment stability. So another term to be coined in this regard is motivation. It is derived from the word motive, which means need, desire, want, or drive of an individual. So motivation basically stimulates, energizes, and enables the people to achieve their goals. It can be both the individual goals as well as the organization goals. So there are various factors that stimulate people's behavior at work. It can be for desire of money, desire for success, desire for recognition, job satisfaction, teamwork. So these are different factors which are actually going to stimulate the people behavior at the workplace. So all these can be intrinsically motivating, like a success factor or recognition. These are intrinsically motivating factors, whereas desire for money or like some kind of recognitions in in this regard, like a higher pay or appraisal, like you are getting a paid compensation, something like that can be an extrinsic factor. So a fundamental component of the event manager skill is ability to motivate his or her staff. So basically, you have to come up with a motivating package which will be exclusively important to motivate your team and retain them in the organization. So what are the advantages of motivating employees at workplace? Employees work for the growth of the organization. So it is mandatory that the people who are actually working for your organization should be motivated enough to put their best efforts. You have to improve the level of efficiency of the employees. So motivating them is very important. Motivating leads to achievement of the organizational goals. It leads to stability of workforce. The more motivated the employees are, the more empowered the team is, and the more profitable and successful the business is. Because in an organization like an event management company, what is more important is the team effort. So in order to ensure better team effort, what is more important is that every individual employee should be motivated enough so that they contribute to the team, and that will owe to the success of the organization. So motivation will lead to an optimistic and challenging attitude at workplace. To motivate employees, individuals, and team goals should be carefully linked to the performance. So every activity at the individual level or at the team level should be linked carefully to the performance. So that will ensure that they are performing up to the mark, and that will add up to the productivity of the organization as a whole. So this can be achieved through recognizing good performance through verbal acknowledgement. You can acknowledge any kind of like notable contribution by the employee. You can verbally acknowledge them. You can give some monetary benefits or fringe benefits. You can give sufficient training and skill development that will enhance their skills at a next level. It can involve job enrichment. Job enrichment means within the profile of your current position, more responsibility are getting added to that particular position, which is actually a motivating factor, because that employee will feel that, okay, I am being important in the organization, and that's the reason why more responsibilities are coming my way, so thereby enriching their job. And job rotation, like in order to cater to the needs of like not to safeguard boredom. People will be actually working on a particular platform, they can get bored. So like rotating the jobs in a team, the role plays get changed, that becomes more interesting for the employees. So media recognition, merchandise, tickets, post event parties, recognition certificates, badges, memorabilia, etc., 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 all these can be motivating factors for your employees. Next important task is communication, which is very important, because communication is nothing but passing of any kind of information from one person to another through a medium, that is called communication. There will be a center, there will be a medium of communication, and there is a receiver. So it involves a center who will be sending the information to the receiver, who will be responding accordingly. So effective communication is one of the most basic requirement to run an event management company, and also to develop positive attitude among the employees. So communication is essential for effective supervision, effective staffing, coordination and control, which is very, very essential for industrial harmony and peace. So the lines of communication down the hierarchy and from side to side is necessary to ensure that the information gets passed around the organization quickly and not restrict itself to hierarchical communication. So hierarchical communication is important. At the same time, side to side communication is also important, because it ensures that everybody in the organization is on the same page. That is very important, and there should be no distortion of any kind of communication in this regard. So besides effective communication within the organization, effective communication with external stakeholders is important. Like for example, the creditors or the money lenders or the funders in this regard, they will be the communication with them is also very important. The communication with government agencies is very important. So any other external stakeholder is also important. Also, the messages used to promote an event have a very significant impact. The message you give to that particular event is very, very important. That actually adds up to your brand value. Next is a very important topic in this regard. That's a total quality management. It is a management approach to long-term success through customer satisfaction. See, customer is the key mantra. Customer is the god. Customer is everything. So how you can ensure that long-term customer satisfaction can be ensured? That is possible only through total quality management, not the quality of the management. Entire management in the entire essence has to be taken care of in order to ensure that the total quality of the management is at par with industry standards. So TQM can be summarized as a management system for the customer focused organization that involves all employees towards continual improvement. So in order to ensure that each and every managerial aspect has to be taken care of in order to ensure good quality, then that is possible only through employees who has to continuously improve. So total quality management is directly proportional to continuous improvement from the improvement from the part of the employees. So there is no single path to achieve total quality within an organization, because all organizations have their own culture, people, and technologies. So there is no just a single way through which you have to. There is no hard and fast rules as how to attain total quality management. It is basically depending upon the organization. You have your own culture, you have your own people, you have your own technology mechanism. So all these will actually contribute effectively towards attaining a total quality within the organization. So guidelines for total quality management: customer focus. Customer is God, customer is everything. So that is a thumb rule that has to be followed. A customer will ultimately determine the level of quality. So what must be understood is that the external customers, that is clients, as are served by the internal customers, that is the employees. So there is a need to focus on requirements and expectations of both internal as well as the external customers. The clients have to be taken care of. The client needs are being catered by the internal customers, that is your employees. So maintaining a balance between your internal customers as well as external customer is very important. That is very crucial. So the total employee engagement, all employees work towards a common goal. So total employee commitment can be achieved only if management is able to provide an enabling working environment to all its employees. So everybody in the organization should be in the same page as far as the organization is concerned. It should be always process centered. It should not be people centered, but should be proper process centered. So a process is a series of steps where inputs from the supplier, whether internal or external, are transferred into outputs that are delivered to customers, which can be internal or external. So the steps that is needed to be carried out at the process level has to be defined accurately. The performance measures are to be continuously monitored, so in order to detect any kind of unexpected variation existing in the system. There is something of the leadership commitment. Leadership of an organization must be committed to the continuous improvement of the followers. This commitment should be visible all throughout all the layers of the organization of the management. If the management is commitment to provide right tools and systems, employees are likely to excel at what they do. So there should be a perfect balance between what the management is rendering to the employees and expecting out of the employees, and how the employees are responding back to that particular need. So there should be an integrated system. TQM focus on the interconnectivity between various departments, and the integrated system ensures that all departments understand the vision, mission, and guiding principles, as well as the quality policies, objectives, and critical process of an organization. They work in coordination with each other to achieve the business success. So every organization, there will be different departments which will be working individually and in line with all other departments in the organization. So there should be a proper connectivity between all the departments, the employees working in different departments. There should be proper networking. All this will add up to the integrated system, wherein all the departments understand the same vision, same objectives, same modus operandi of operation. So everybody in the organization will be on the same page. There should be a strategic and systematic approach, that is strategic planning or strategic management, which includes formulation of strategic plan, that is a long-term plans integrating quality as a core component. There should be room for continual improvement. TQM is a process of continuous improvement. So it drives an organization to be both analytical and creative at the same time. This enables the organization to become more competitive and effective at meeting clients' requirements. Communication plays an important role during stages of organizational change as well as part of day-to-day operation. FT communication is very important. It's crucial in maintaining morale as well as motivating employees at all levels. So it involves strategies, methods, and timeliness. So training and development is very important because through training, management assures that their employees have necessary skills and technical knowledge to perform their jobs effectively. So they have every organization should have different staff development policy, progression routes, comprehensive training programs like investors in people. Through training, you're actually investing on the employees. You're actually making an investment on the employees for which you are expecting fruits of success in return. So when you are investing in people, you have to target that the quality is getting enhanced. That is the quality of the human resource working in your organization are getting enhanced. They are becoming well trained, well motivated, and well managed staff are getting groomed up. This leads to a public recognition of the enterprise as a whole. So recognition and awards after achieving a goal or successfully completing a task or important task, giving recognition is actually going to add a further participatory morale from the part of the employees, and it actually motivates other employees to work up to the mark. So the final topic in this regard is regard to the business ethics. Why ethics is important? Like values and ethics are very, very important in order to ensure that you are in the right track. So in when it comes to business, it becomes more important because like you are actually an organization or a business entity is staying alive in the industry only for satisfying certain basic human needs. So you have to be very fair, honest, and ethical in order to meet to the requirements of the human needs. So creating credibility is important because the it is our organization is always believed to be driven by the moral values as respected in the society. So this is a far held perception, and why like even people who are not involved in the organization will actually have a perception about the credibility of your organization. So for that, you have to maintain the ethical standards. Uniting people and leadership because workers with organization has to go a long way in order to achieve the common goal or mission. So improve decision making. All decisions are driven by values. If the organization does not value its employers, then it cannot actually cater to the needs of the customers. The long-term gains. Organizations are guided by ethics and values which are profitable in the long run, though in the short run they may seem to lose money. But if you stick on to ethical standards, that is going to add value to your organization, and that will lead to more profitable ventures in the future. Securing the society. Often ethics succeed in law in safeguarding the society. The law machinery is often found acting as a mute spectator in his endeavor to save the society and the environment. Any business is existing only for the benefit of the society. So the society has to be benefited, and the ethics stands as a safeguarding mechanism to safeguard the interest of the society. So that is for this section, this module on business marketing, managing a business enterprise, managing an event management organization. So we understood that all the important crucial aspects from different stages of life cycle of an event management organization, to how important is the production, operations, marketing, promotional activities, how important is the human resource management in the organization, the importance of communication, the importance of compensating your employees effectively, the importance of motivating your employees, how to maintain a balance between your client requirements as well as enhancing the quality of your workforce. So the training and recruitment section, training and performance appraisal has been covered as part of the study. Then you understood in totality how you are going to enhance the brand image of your organization through total quality management. And finally, the most important thing, maintaining ethics in the organization. How important is business ethics in an organization? So with this, I'm sure that the learners have got a very great insight into how to manage a business event management organization. So on an ending note, as a learning learning assignment for this particular module, you can actually come up with a very brief description about your activities, and you can make a note of how you're coordinating with different departments in this regard, from production to marketing to like communications to quality management to ethics standards, how you're maintaining everything with respect to your event management organization. You can keep a note of it. You can prepare a case analysis based on your event management company and analyze it from different viewpoints. Thank you so much for your patient listening. This is Dr. Meera signing off from the Swayam platform. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you for your coordination. Thank you so much.